Hello and welcome to day 71 of our 2790 series. We're going to be reading Paul's letter to Titus today, chapters 1 through 3. And once again, Paul has a lot of the same things that he said to Timothy, he's going to say to Titus. It's a personal letter, again, not meant for the entire church, but meant to be in response to some correspondences Paul and Titus have had back and forth with one another. He talks about leadership in the church. He tells them, listen, I appointed you to be there in Crete, so you stay there and be the pastor in that region. He talks about how important it is as a leader for him to lead a holy life, a personal holy life of transformation, that he needs to be blameless and above reproach, that all of the leaders that are leaders in the church need to be people who are married to the same person, and their families are organized, and their families are godly, and their children are respectful, that these leaders can't be overbearing. They can't always want to have their own way, that they have to be disciplined people living upright lives. And so not only does Paul encourage Titus to have that kind of life, but he says, listen, if you're going to pick someone to be in leadership in the church, pick people who are genuinely seeking godliness. Don't pick people simply because they want to be in control or they're really good at organizing and controlling an event or things like that. Pick them because they want to be godly. They're seeking godliness in their life. And then he encourages Titus to teach sound doctrine because, and he mentions this again, there's a circumcision group that's following along and they're teaching false doctrine. These are things that we don't need to allow the people to focus any attention on. He encourages Titus to teach the people to learn to be subject to whatever the circumstances are in their life. Learn how to be content in your life. And instead of focusing all of your energy on trying to transform your circumstances, focus your energy on trying to transform yourself. Allow the Spirit of God to change you. And so he says things like, listen, women, you may be married to a man who wants to be or needs to be transformed, and we get that. And men could be married to a woman who needs to be transformed. He says, listen, be self-controlled, be subject, allow yourself to learn to be obedient. He even says, slaves, learn to be obedient to your masters. He's not condoning slavery. He's trying to teach us to learn to be content in the circumstances of our life so we're not constantly praying and battling for God to change our circumstances. Let's instead pray, God, allow me to be the man I need to be in whatever circumstances I am, so that I can be content in my life. And so you enjoy Paul's letter to Titus.